And I think first of all, like obviously the outcome of the game's disappointing for us, but it can't, and it should not take away from the last game ever in the Irwin Center. You know, a sellout, a great environment. You know, 2 top 25 teams playing. I thought it was a great game. I thought it was a great atmosphere. Seeing all the people come in, the Irwin family, Cooley family, so many people in town, former players, the text and emails we've gotten the last couple of days. I know our players and our team wanted so badly to try to win this game for people other than ourselves. And so, again, disappointing outcome from our point of view, but, you know, a great night for Austin, really for the state. The Irwin Center's meant so much for so many people. The state tournament, live music, and certainly basketball over the years. So I want to thank the crowd. Sorry we came up a little bit short. But thanks for coming to the game tonight, and thanks for coming supporting all of the home games this year. Thought we turned the corner a little bit and made our first, you know, kind of stake in the ground as we build the program. We did a lot of things with attendance this year, and we'll look forward to, you know, really flipping it next year, year 2. The basketball game, I think Baylor's worthy of top 3 ranking, and people picking them as a Final Four contender and a repeat champion. You know, they had, you know, 3 or 4 special performances tonight, and, you know, March is tomorrow, and I'll get to that in a minute, best month of the year. But on this last day of February, they played March basketball. You know, Kenjo almost gets a triple-double, controlled the game. Flagler makes 5 threes on 7 shots against a defense that was trying to limit that. I thought their freshman, Brown, had an outstanding game, especially in the first half. And then Flo, you know, just does what he does, gets to that double-double marker damn close. So you get 4 guys playing A-zone games. You know, Baylor's a good team. I think from our point of view, we fought, we scrapped. You know, people don't like to hear it, but basketball is a game of making shots. It really is. And tonight, you know, with Jones and Febris and Ramey, and, you know, they got some great looks. I think we were, 7 for 27 or something like that for those 3 shooters, and that's not going to get it done in March. And again, this last day of February was a lot like March out there. Specifically, you know, about 5 minutes left in the game, that's all we could ask for is a chance. And I thought we got the ball around the basket a lot. We just came up short. We call those finish shots, and we just kept getting the ball stripped or blocked. Give Baylor credit. A couple of them are tough calls, but, you know, you make your own calls in March, and that's what our players have got to understand. We'll get back to work. So congratulations to Baylor on a really well-played game. That kind of performance, I think, you know, gets them to the second weekend and see what happens. And for us, we're right there. We just got to turn the corner in March, and that's always been our plan. So it hurts tonight, but we wake up tomorrow, and we're playing basketball at the University of Texas, and it's March, man, and we're going to have a great opportunity to play in Allen Fieldhouse senior night. That's an opportunity. Certainly Kansas City, I think we're going to be a factor in the tournament. We're good enough to win it. And then in March, we're going to play in the NCAA tournament this year. We still have a chance to go in the front door in terms of invites. We just got some work to do here in early March.
Questions for Timmy, please?
Timmy, as someone who was taking a lot of those finish shots, were they doing anything to make it more difficult, or was it just not falling?
Yeah, credit to them. They're really big inside. They're strong. They're physical. They try to take me on my spots. So I just gotta watch the film and improve in those spots. I don't really have to shoot all those. I probably missed some shooters on those too. So I just gotta watch the film and get better. But credit to them. They're long and they're tough in there. So that was really it.
Jimmy, how tough is it, you know, getting swept by playing some really great teams in this league like Baylor and Texas Tech? How tough is that?
I mean, it's a learning experience. Credit to those teams, but don't get me wrong, we can compete with anybody in the country. We got the talent, we got the coach, we got everything we need. So they're good teams, but don't doubt us.
I think you hold Baylor without, I think, a field goal over the final 4 minutes of the game. So, you know, the chances were there, but, you know, why do you think it was just difficult for y'all to kind of like chip away over those final 4 minutes offensively?
I mean, coming out the half, we gave up 6 out of 7 buckets in a row, and I think that really hurt us. If we can come out in the first 4 minutes and just sit down and guard, we don't have to make as many shots. But there's going to be nights where we don't make shots and we got to find a way to win. So that's really the big thing for us. I mean, we put the time in, we practice, we get extra work on top of that. So shots weren't falling, but we got to find a way to win, and it's got to be on defense. And defense travels in the tournament, so that's our main focus. And we trust the ball will go in.
Timmy, is that what makes? I mean, you don't want to have to accept any loss, but like you were saying earlier, is that what makes it better? Is that y'all are just a few different shots from having a different outcome tonight? Everything y'all are doing, everything else right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the fact that we're not as good as these teams. I mean, it's just little details. And with this team going into March and the coaches around us, I believe that we're right there, and we got a shot at the top. And I mean, these teams are great, but we great too. And I think the team that I've seen from coming here in June to now is night and day. And I think it shows on the court. So we're just gonna keep going. And we've always talked about March basketball, so that's our focus. We're going to learn from this, but we're going to let it go and try to make history in Kansas.
Two last ones for Timmy.
Timmy, you had a tremendous defensive stand, I think with 6 minutes left against Flagler. You did everything you could, and then he gets that up and under to go. Just how difficult was it to go up against him and also Akinjo, those two quick guards?
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, I played Akinjo in the Pac-12 many times, and Flagler's elite at what he does. They're quick, they get under you, and they can get by you, and they can hit shots. So, you know, you just got to learn from it. Try to adjust a little bit throughout the game if one of them gets hot like Flagler. And but credit to them, they're two great players.
Timmy, what's been the best part of being at Texas, transferring, meeting with some players, playing with them, being under coach? What's this experience?
That's a hard question. I mean, the players, the atmosphere, the city, everything is great for me. I mean, the guys I'm around every day in the locker room, like, it's genuine love. My coaches encourage, coach. Ain't never been a day I've been here and they haven't coached me. So that's all I could really ask for. And the support from the fans, I mean, that's something I wasn't used to at Utah. So, like, it's crazy for me. I'm just proud to be a part of the crazy tradition, and I wish we could have got a dub for that reason.
Last one. Thank you, sir. Questions for Coach?
Chris, talk about a make-or-miss game. You know, Andrew misses a transition, and Jamie misses that short after making a great move there. I mean, is that the difference between good teams and great teams, where they take y'all's misses and then they go and score, and they create enough cushion to hold on?
Yeah, one of the differences. Again, guys, we shoot 17% from the three-point line tonight. We go 4 for 23 from where I was sitting. You know, at least 17 or 18 of those 23 were just shots we want to take every day, all day. And then a couple of them weren't bad shots. So, you know, you're in the tournament and you have a bad shooting night, how are you going to win the game? Got to get to the free throw line, got to have some special performances, got to have a defense that can maybe create some offense. And so tonight, the shooting obviously sticks out, the finishes stick out, but there's other things that you got to figure out. But credit Baylor. And their point guard almost had a triple-double. Their shooter made shots. And, you know, again, you get 4 guys showing up in games like this, you got a chance to win.
Do you feel like AJ was pressing anyway last game here in the arena and just really was kind of wanted too much?
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Jones, but I don't think so. He's a vet. I think sometimes he wears his emotion kind of on his sleeves. Like, I mean, we really wanted to win tonight for the fans, for the Irwin Center, for the Irwin family, the Cooley family. This was personal for us, and that's pretty cool to see. You know, I tell the guys all the time, you know, it's got to get personal. You got to get emotionally attached to something to do something great. It's like I've told you guys before, you know, you get to that championship game, both locker rooms are crying because they're both emotionally attached. And I think, you know, we're right there. Tomorrow's March, and we got 12, 13 players in there, and they care. They wanted to win for Texas tonight. That's pretty cool to see. First year kind of putting this thing together. And so, you know, they really wanted to play well tonight. We got to make some shots. We got to finish around the basket. And when a guy gets hot, we have to have some kind of way to try to make somebody else beat us. But credit to Flagler and Akinjo. Those guys were great tonight, and Coach Drew did an outstanding job as always.
Chris, how much of Jones and Carr not going to the free throw line a single time is Baylor's defense and what they were doing?
Probably a little of both, for sure, because Ramey and Jones, those guys are talented enough to get done what they want to get done. You know, most players kind of take what the defense gives you, but special players can get in there and get to the free throw line from time to time. But I would say, I don't want to speak for Scott. I don't know what he said, but like, we got a lot of good threes tonight. We got a lot of good shots, and so you got to make some shots. You know, if you'd have told me before the game, 4 for 23, and I don't know, we get Febris and Jones those shots, Ramey, those things will go in. So those guys are in the gym all day, every day, and that's basketball. But credit to Baylor.
Coach, just how good was Christian Bishop tonight, and how huge has he been recently?
Yeah, CB battled, right? He's a double-double guy coming into March. You look at those stat sheets, last 5, 6, 7 games, and he did it again tonight. So he played with a lot of courage and certainly, played his position well. And I thought that was two, warriors going at it tonight with Flo and CB. That was a battle. And, Dylan was locked in, gave us some great first half minutes. And, Baylor turns the game really into a small ball game and just a coaching decision we made. And we kept getting open three-point shots. And I just, these are the things I have to live with. But I thought the way to win the game tonight was to try to make some of those shots. But looking back, would have been nice to get Dylan some more minutes because I thought he was playing really well. But that's team basketball, and we'll try to get him the minutes that he needs. And I thought young Devin played great in the first half. Same thing, man. Our best shooters were getting wide open shots in the second half, and we just kind of made that decision to go. So it was a coaching decision.
Anything you can tell us about Marcus not going through senior night?
I thought he did. I did not notice that.
His family came down for Iowa State and Kansas game. That's when they just
Yeah.
came down. So.
Can you describe your frustration? Because, like you said, you're close, you're right there, you hit a couple threes. At this point, you want to be playing your best ball, and you do, and then maybe you don't. So.
Yeah, well, I think we're playing our best ball. I think we've got maybe not our best shooting. I've been doing this a while now, and I understand the difference between February. What is today? February 28, 29? Is this one of these months that doesn't always get to?
No, not
It's 28.
28.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets to 29. Appreciate it, guys. They say if you learn one thing a day, you live a great life. You ever heard that? It's good stuff. So February sometimes has 29, but usually has 28?
Every 4 years.
Okay, didn't know that. Yeah, so tomorrow is March 1st, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and here we go, man. You get up and, you text Coach Drew, good job, because he always texts back and forth. He's my friend, and tip your hat to him. And you get your guys in there, you learn a little bit. And it's March, man. You pop up, here we go. Allen Fieldhouse, senior night. That's going to be an easy one. No, that's an opportunity. That's awesome. I wouldn't ask for a better final game. That's awesome. Have a chance to go down there and play them, another Final Four type contender, and then Kansas City, and we're going to play in the NCAA tournament. We're blessed, man. It's always important to understand how lucky and blessed we are. There's teams right now and right there on that bubble fighting and scrapping. They work as hard as us, but we know we're an NCAA tournament team, and now we're trying to win some games here down the stretch and compete for a championship in Kansas City where we can get a really good invite to the tournament. We want to go in the front door, not the side.
Two last ones.
That's the thing about it. Is it satisfying on some level that you are going into March at this point? All these new guys come together. You hope it works out. We'll see. Struggle early, then finally you're rising into March, not scuffling along or going down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, guys, we wanted to win this game tonight for so many obvious reasons, but it was personal to us because of the Irwin Center and the fans. And so this is a little bit of a, we got to make sure we don't wake up tomorrow with the loser's limp. We got to wake up and let's go, man. Let's chest up and let's just understand how lucky we are and get back to work. So tomorrow's a much-needed off day for the players, their legs and their minds, and then we'll get back to work, try to play our best game of the year at Allen Fieldhouse, and then, I think we'll be a factor in Kansas City, and I think we'll be a factor in the NCAA tournament. I don't want to speak for these teams, but, I don't think anybody wants to play Texas come March.
Coach, you talked about being emotionally attached to something, to do something great. You came here, you became emotionally attached to the students, to the fans, 16,450 feet. Did you accomplish what you were set out to do? I can't imagine topping this. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's humbling, and we're very appreciative. And I don't know what our plan ahead of schedule. I know we had a sellout. We had multiple sellouts this year. We sold out the student section multiple times. We got our season ticket holders coming at a higher rate, scan rate, and we've got new Texas Longhorn fans. We're developing a fan base. We're developing a relationship with our student body. Again, we wanted to win this game so bad tonight. It was one of those opportunities. And look, Baylor's a good team. But yeah, there'll be a time to reflect here in several weeks. But I think, yeah, no doubt, super proud of what we've developed here with the home court advantage this year, and super appreciative of the fans and all the people that worked on it internally and in the city, administration, ticket off, everybody. It's a team effort. But yeah, special. It's a great environment out there tonight, and we're very appreciative.
How much do you credit the fireside chats, and which one was your favorite?
This year? It's pretty cool, man. No disrespect to the minister of culture. That guy's awesome. Good human being, man. But it was pretty cool being out there with Bevo earlier in the year on the ranch, Scratched his belly with this little rake deal. It's pretty cool. Really appreciate Matthew yesterday getting up on the roof of the Irwin Center, and we'll try to have a couple more of those for the fans in March, and we're open to suggestions. Send Scotty Mack an email if you have fireside chat recommendations.
Are you taking anything?
Scotty Mack loves to hear from you guys.
Are you taking anything from the drum as a souvenir?
Yes.
What do you think?
I mean, there is a killer photo in the coach's locker room, like straight 1979 Irwin Center. I'm going to try to get that,
What's it up?
of the Irwin Center. But you see the old cars up top. It's nighttime. Got to get a couple of these orange seats. The boss approved that. I tried to make this wrench night, man, where everybody could just grab a seat. And then boss man, he reminded me, dude, it's like the last basketball game, but it's not the last event, So I think they got the CMAs coming in here, something like that. And so a lot of cool things left in the Irwin Center. Tonight was just the last men's basketball game. Do the women have another home game?
Saturday.
Yeah, so awesome. That'd be awesome for Vic and those guys. There's a lot of other things here I want to. It's going to be kind of a race to get some things, I don't know when do you start pulling, It'd be interesting.
This clock hadn't worked in 10 years, so if you want to take that.
Yeah.
Come on, creep on schedule. Joe, last one, please.
You mentioned when answering his question that Flo and CB went at it, and then they weren't the only ones. So there were that was a physical game. But when can you tell, kind of, I guess, the level of physicality? And over these past couple games and this stretch, has it leaned too far in that direction to where it's just not aesthetically pleasing basketball? It's just too much banging, too much physicality, and not like actual good ball?
No, I don't think so. Big 12 is a physical league. This year, every year it has a little bit of a different identity. Some years, ridiculous length and athleticism. Texas has been blessed with a few of those guys. This year, it is kind of a physical, tough league. I think it'll prepare all the teams for March Madness. Tonight, we held our own, right? We went toe-to-toe with Baylor rebounding-wise. Both teams had, 11, 12 offensive rebounds. We just needed to get a couple more when it mattered most. But, yeah, I've kind of heard some of that stuff this year, Big 12 and all that. It's college basketball. I think the officials do a great job, too. You can't call every call. We have to learn how to demand the foul. We have to learn how to, I'm not big on, hey, we should get, when you get fouled, them guys will call the foul, but you got to go get it. You got to go demand it. And I thought tonight, late, we had a couple of, I'll give them credit, man. They're long, they're athletic, they're coming from nowhere. I thought Timmy said it best. Maybe on a couple of them we should throw it out. But, we're throwing it out. It's not exactly our three-point night, Maybe we should throw it out and throw it back in. I don't know. Figure something out.
Thank you all.
Thanks.